Yeah, hey Jim Hart here. Just noticing a few comments on the channel, and somebody was commenting that they believe they now have codependency. They believe they've had codependency all along, right? But now they're sort of becoming aware of that. And so this commenter with their ex, they keep leaving an avenue open for the recycling of at least Hoovers and reverse Hoovers, with maybe partially wanting to recycle the relationship again, though they just got chewed up and spat out again, another person with BPD. So the commenter was saying that they left, they weren't blocked by their ex on the Instagram because they believed that the ex with their Instagram account wanted to make them feel worse and jealous because they could look at the codependent non-borderline could look at the ex's Instagram and see how much fun that she was having. So people, many, not all, right, but especially untreated people with BPD, out there, social media deception, social media lies, and manipulations. Why do you want to stay open to that? And, please share a comment of your experience if this is recent or longer ago, that you've experienced this, that you've seen their social media, whether you block them or not. Maybe they don't block you, and then that, stealth reverse Hoover I'm always talking about, when you look at their social media and all the feelings, understandably, and all of the dilemma and the more cognitive dissonance and everything that looking at an ex's social media, or somebody that you're still maybe not 100% sure that you can't recycle back with or hear from or Hoover back and all that. I was going to say nonsense, but it's really difficult for people in their lives until they get to the point where they realize that it is painful, hurting yourself nonsense if you stay involved with your BPD or even NPDX or comorbidly both or whatever you think they may be or whatever they may be. If you stay involved in that, it's like, so to this, what this commenter said about, they're trying to make me jealous and they want me to see all the fun they're having without me. Well, remember, if you have codependency, it's where you have some responsibility for you. So with the borderline lies and manipulations on social media, yeah, and I'm sure other people can lie and be manipulative on social media. I don't know what's going on all those, Instagram and all those other places, so Facebook, etc. But the point is, nobody can really make you feel anything. So, yeah, there are things in the human condition that when person A does thing B, we're going to feel thing C to a degree or not. But we have, this is a thing, right? People with codependency, you need to realize you have more agency over your own feelings than that. Maybe not now. Maybe it doesn't feel like it right now. Maybe with the BPDX, it hasn't seemed like that because of all the painful reality of what all that's about. And how they do treat you so horribly, often, many of them, untreated borderlines, and the non-borderline codependent. Well, many people are stepping up to many levels of the responsibility as the ex of somebody with BPD and being codependent. But many people aren't there yet. And many people are newer to this. And so wherever you are with this, just realize, or please know, that you're increasing your suffering, as I've said before. But the borderline social media lies and manipulation can't work if you don't look, right? And so even if they leave something open and you block them or whatever, but I guess you must have to leave open, maybe not your Instagram, but if they leave open theirs or Facebook or whatever it might be, then when you look, what you need to know more about, I'm out here to work with people to help them with the codependency and the relationship recovery. What you need to know more about is, why are you doing that? Not why are they doing what they're doing. Why are you opening yourself up to just getting rehurt, or to possibly feeling jealous. But this idea, because it can't make you jealous, you have to take responsibility for yourself if you're jealous, okay? And secondly, like the commenter had said, well, so they left their Instagram open to me to see so I could see how much fun they're having. It's the biggest borderline lie and manipulation that's out there in social media, right? Or that, for if you have an ex that's a narcissist, or for narcissists out there as well as people then treat a BPD, they're going to be flipping up stuff. Yeah, they might have gone on to the next person or be with somebody for a few days and then the next person. Or it's different for everybody with BPD or NPD. But on social media, it's all going to look like it's engineered, right? I mean, the pictures are there. Pictures can be taken that aren't really what they look like. But like they could be with somebody, but they're not really with that person, but they make it look like that. How could you know? But they're often with somebody else. Point being, though, they look so happy. They'll go somewhere. They'll go places, do things to set up the scene of the picture that you're going to see that's going to really hurt you more, but that you need not to be looking at in the first place. But they'll set up pictures and scenes and people, whether they're real or not. They're putting a lot of effort and energy into their social media lies and manipulations. And so what is that about with people with BPD? Well, for many, I think at that level of what they're doing, it becomes conscious. It becomes, hey, like whether you left them or they left you or they feel abandoned, either way, it's kind of like becomes punishment, becomes revenge, kind of trying to send you this message like, I'm like, quote, the borderline X is saying on their social media with all their pictures and their lies and manipulations about happiness, because that's not going to happen when they leave you. And then even if you've recycled and you've known them for some years, they're not in therapy or treatment. They're going to do the same thing they did to you, unfortunately. Sorry if you've been really hurt, by the way, to the next person and the next person. So the social media lies and manipulation of borderlines is, hey, here's something that looks great to get you back, because how dare you think anything was, the borderline's fault? How dare you think that they should have taken personal responsibility for anything? So for these things, if they get it, right, and or however the relationship ends, and often they'll ghost or discard you, and then, they'll feel not manipulated. They'll feel abandoned. So this is the I'm going to get your go in a different way. This is the I'm going to get you back. This is punishment. This is borderline revenge. This is a more, not subtle way, a more covert way of doing it, though. Because they're just putting all this stuff up really calculatingly, right, on their social media. It's the lies and deceptions of borderlines and narcissists on their social media because, and the number one thing, because they want to get you back, because they want to punish you. So they want to send a message of, the one-up position, which is the overcompensatory defense. Look how fabulous my life is now. I'm okay. Now you're not okay. It's a big screw you to you, and you don't need it after all you've been through. And it can be really hard not to look at their social media, etc. But wow, is it ever important not to do it? Because they're just putting it out there, making it all look great. I mean, I don't know. I have a little bit of video knowledge or whatever. But, they can use fake backgrounds. They can look like they're somewhere they're not. And whether they're actually with somebody who's, like, quote, important to them now, quote, or like they're idealizing or not, they can make it look any way they want to try to hurt you. So my question to you today is, if you'd like to share in the comments, what have you been through with this or still going through with this? What makes it so hard to stop looking? And do you really think that they make you feel jealous? Do you really think that they're trying to show you something that looks like it's fun, like they're all happy, and of course you're not, but are they really all happy? Like, do you really believe that? And if so, why do you think that is? Because I'm here to say The borderline manipulation, the borderline lies, social media lies and manipulation, it's designed to make things look way better than they are, just to get you back. So are you a non-borderline codependent right now, ex of somebody with BPD or NPD? Can't stop looking, you're in a world of hurt, I understand that. But do you realize that you're creating more suffering for yourself because they're putting it out there for you to consume? They're putting it out there to hurt you even more. So you need to take care of yourself. But if you've had this experience, please share in the comments. If it's going on now, if you don't know what to do about it, explore, share, and maybe other people could comment too, and you could be supportive of each other as well, instead of just me responding when and if I can. So anyway, make no mistake about the borderline social media lies and manipulation to hurt you, maybe to try to cause jealousy in you, but if you keep looking and you keep getting hurt and or you feel jealous, which is, an average human feeling to a degree, right? Then that means that you're not taking care of yourself by looking in the first place. And then unfortunately, the reality is you take responsibility for how you feel after you look. But they're trying to sell you a bill of goods to hurt you on purpose. How much more power over you and to cause you to hurt more do you want to give that borderline or narcissistic ex? And the answer should be 0. So then the question to you, if you have codependency, and with no judgment and with compassion, is, why do you keep looking? Why do you keep, quote, playing the game, unquote? The game, their game, of social media lies and deception and manipulation that hurts you even more.